Welcome to Breathless Moments, where we dive into the depths of the most thought-provoking books to inspire and empower you. Today, we are exploring a newly released book that has stirred up important discussions, Toxic Empathy: How Progressives Exploit Christian Compassion by Allie Beth Stuckey. We will uncover key insights from this book, which challenges how empathy is weaponized in today's culture. Stay with us until the end to see how this book pushes us to rethink the role of compassion. Allie Beth Stuckey is a well-known conservative commentator, host of the popular podcast Relatable, and author of the bestseller You're Not Enough, and That's Okay. Known for her unapologetic stance on faith, politics, and culture, she has been a voice for traditional values, challenging progressive ideologies with reasoned arguments rooted in Christianity. In Toxic Empathy, Stuckey digs deep into the modern understanding of empathy and its manipulation in the context of progressive politics. The core of Stuckey's book revolves around her thesis that empathy, while a vital and Christ-like virtue, is increasingly misused by progressives to advance harmful ideologies and policies. She argues that this toxic empathy exploits Christian compassion, pushing believers to endorse ideas that contradict biblical teachings under the guise of love and understanding. Stuckey begins by examining the biblical concept of empathy, emphasizing that Jesus himself embodied true compassion. According to her, empathy is meant to guide us to care for others but never at the expense of compromising moral truths. She highlights how many Christians today feel pressured to support social movements simply because they seem to align with empathy and compassion. Weaponization of empathy. Stuckey identifies key areas where she believes empathy has been weaponized. One of the most prominent issues she explores is the cultural shift surrounding gender and sexuality. She argues that progressive movements demand Christians put aside their convictions and fully endorse these ideologies out of empathy for marginalized groups. Stuckey asserts that this misuse of compassion leads Christians away from the gospel truth, encouraging emotional responses over objective moral standards. She discusses other areas, such as immigration and criminal justice reform, where empathy is often called upon to push for policies that, according to Stuckey, overlook practical concerns like security or justice in favor of sentimental responses. Throughout these discussions, Stuckey emphasizes that Christians are called to love but must balance this love with wisdom and discernment. The role of guilt and shame. A major component of toxic empathy is how guilt and shame are used to manipulate compassionate individuals. Stuckey explores how Christians, particularly young adults, are often made to feel guilty for not supporting progressive causes, even when those causes conflict with their faith. She describes this as emotional blackmail, where dissent is framed as a failure to care or a lack of empathy. Stuckey provides real-life examples and stories to demonstrate how guilt is used to silence opposition. She examines the internal struggle many Christians face between maintaining a stance of love and remaining firm in their biblical beliefs, showing how progressives exploit this tension to promote ideologies that clash with Christian values. Redefining true empathy. As Stuckey moves toward the latter half of the book, she offers a redefinition of empathy grounded in Christian truth. She stresses that empathy should not be about agreement at any cost but about walking alongside others in their struggles while guiding them toward truth and redemption. She makes the case that Christians must rediscover a biblical form of empathy, one that is compassionate but grounded in reality and moral truth. Stuckey calls on readers to adopt a firm, loving stance, where compassion does not equate to the abandonment of values. She challenges Christians to resist the pressure to conform to worldly views in the name of empathy and, instead, to show love through the lens of biblical truth, offering support while staying true to their convictions. Practical steps for Christians. In the final chapters, Stuckey provides practical guidance for Christians who feel overwhelmed by the pressure to conform. She encourages readers to 1. Educate themselves, understand the social and political issues at hand through a biblical perspective. 2. Set boundaries, know when to engage and when to stand firm, even if it means facing opposition. 3. Show true compassion, help others without enabling harmful behaviors or ideologies. Stuckey stresses that the goal is not to turn away from empathy but to apply it in a way that aligns with Christian truth. She emphasizes the need for courage in speaking the truth in love, no matter how unpopular it may be in today's society. As we've explored in Toxic Empathy, Allie Beth Stuckey brings a crucial message for today's cultural climate, challenging the narrative that empathy should lead to compromise. Instead, she encourages us to adopt a Christ-like empathy that loves but also holds fast to truth. This book invites us to question whether our compassion is being used for good or for the promotion of harmful ideologies. If you're ready to take a deeper look at how empathy is being shaped in modern conversations and how Christians can stand strong in their faith, this is a must-read. Don't forget to check out Toxic Empathy, and as always, stay tuned for more insightful book discussions on Breathless Moments.